Hi, welcome to this video today, which is on the 26th of February. It's Tuesday. We're just going to be looking at the British pound today. I'm going to look in detail at our favourite British pound pair, which we featured in a few videos recently, which is GBP NZD, which we think is now going to have a major move to the upside. Also GBP on a few other currencies. I also want to talk a little bit about entries into trades and a key error that most beginners make, and just give some advice from one of the true great traders of all time, Jim Rogers. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to go to the charts, and just please do keep in mind when I'm giving my analysis, it is my view as of right now. It can change in line with the market conditions. If you want all our trading techniques, our daily technical analysis of 14 major Forex pairs, you can get live access to our member center on the link beneath this video. Right, let's go to the charts.
From the chart of GBP NZD, I'll draw my levels in a moment, but I think the pound could be just about to confirm a really big move to the upside. I'll cover that when I do my levels, but this pair, as all British pound pairs are, heavily influenced by sentiment, obviously Brexit. Now, just go through these points very quickly, because when we do the technicals, we're going to see them in context with the sentiment of the market as well. Now, terms as quote here, Brexit with reports of possible delays, the fast approaching deadline, the second referendum, driving the British pound to its highest level since September at its peak. They're talking about the pound generally. That's from Market Watch. And in terms of the pound, obviously, it is all across the news today. Second referendum, sorry, I spelt it wrong there. No chance whatsoever of that occurring. That's just an idiotic idea from Jeremy Corbyn. It's just not going to happen, okay, in my view. A delay, though, is likely, and then a deal will be done. The odds are high due to the EU stance changing towards Brexit. And when you read in the media about Tusk and Juncker talking tough and saying there'll be no concessions to the UK, as I mentioned in my last video, the big guns in the Eurozone, President Macron of France, Merkel of Germany, they want a deal. And they're prepared to work with May on the backstop, in terms of the Irish border, which is the only thing preventing a deal going through. So, you'll get delay, and in that period, they'll work out how to help Theresa May, British Prime Minister, of course, and the deal should go through. I like the GBP against the NZD. Obviously, you can pick a lot of currencies, and we'll look at a few more, but this has got my biggest weighting, as I've said before. Simply, I think New Zealand dollar is the most overbought major, pound very oversold, so it makes sense to have the biggest weighting in this pair, in my view. Interest rates favour the GBP. UK would have raised rates if it wasn't for Brexit uncertainty. Over in New Zealand, they'll probably have to cut them in the coming months. In terms of economies, UK economy doing okay, doing pretty strong. New Zealand economy, major problem is it's exposed to China. China slowing up quickly. Risk off favours the British pound. We haven't had any risk off in the markets recently, but that'll give the pound an additional boost. And it still remains plus 10% oversold against its 5-year average on a basket of currencies. Actually, I think it's 12%. I think I've done my calculation wrong, but just anything above 10% is very oversold, which means, with Brexit, a hard one going into the background, so to speak, the pound has got a lot of upside potential to correct oversold. Right, let's have a look at the chart. Now, in terms of this pair, I've been interested in it for a while, done some videos on it. We were buyers here. We thought the pound was going to rally, immediately got hammered. But we got 3 trades after that with nice profits. We got 350 on that move, bought the dip there, another 350, just 150 off that dip. This one here, though, is around 500 from our entry, so it's doing really well. And when we had this dip down here, we just did a very aggressive entry in our video, which was there. Okay, so she comes through. Then on the last video, she poked through 190, and I was saying I felt the pound would continue to the upside. If you're bullish, just buy in. Okay. it didn't go up. It came back to the 190 level. But we thought the 190 level, you find support. This little red here I quite like because it just poked through the 190 level, no more sellers, and then immediately you get the blue push off to the upside. So nice and firm today. Now, in terms of the pound, where would you buy it? I'd buy it on strength or a dip. Most traders want to wait for the dip. And this is just where I want to discuss Jim Rogers' view on market timing. He's saying, yeah, people are always obsessed with entries. He's not bothered at all. Just wants a decent entry. And he says, yeah, I'm rubbish at market timing. Yeah, he is looking at the sentiment when he's trading. And, when you know the sentiment, this pair, or if you judged it right, this pair's got really big upside potential. Beginners in particular don't like buying, a breakout after a big candle like that one, for example. They'd rather buy the pullback. You don't want to do that. Go on the break, in my view. Now, in terms of support, you've got it there. Excuse me. Just around the 190 level, so stop back from there. You want to, in my view, come through here. Okay? And that's really the 193 level you've got to hurdle, okay? And in terms of hurdling the 193 level, let's get 30 pips past the round number at least, yeah? Just get rid of the turbulence of order flow that you get around round numbers. I always like to see them cleared out and then see if she runs. You can buy the dip as well, but where would your stop be? I'd say well back from 190, okay? Where are we going? Well, I'm still sticking with my view. We're going up towards the 205 level. So if we were to do that, coming in, past 193, you've got a lot of pips there. Is it 1,300 to come? Possibly, if my view is correct, which of course it may not, okay, be. And I think we could see a smoother uptrend because obviously here we've had a dip, rally, dip, but you found support down here. Now you're finding support here. I think could see a smoother move to the upside. And if you look at this move here, it's pretty smooth, isn't it? I think the pound could do a smooth one up to there. Another thing I would say about entries, which is I think from Jim Rogers as well, is that very often traders will ask you where you got in a position if they want to do a trade. Now, if I say 187.65 and it's up here near enough at 193, that puts a lot of beginners off. It doesn't matter what someone else has done. You just want the high odds trade. Okay, and the high odds trade, I think it's on that breakout. I also think your pullback's okay as well, but you don't want to rely on a pullback. Now, in terms of some people have asked me, what have I done with this trade since the last video? I have done something with it actually. I've just taken off half my exposure and put it in on the break or on the pullback. The reason I did a little bit earlier today, reason for that is you get plus 450 odd pips, then I'm all for taking some profit off the table. Okay, and saw that this morning, half in. You can always basically go on the dip or on the breakout. Now, in terms of this pair, our trading has been relatively simplistic in it, as someone said, but it's worked well so far. And I think I'm hoping now that we do get the breakout to the upside that we've been waiting for and a nice smooth trend up to those highs. Obviously with this pair, you can follow it in the guest pairs section of the member site. Now, in terms of what we are going to look at, I'm just going to look at a few other British pound pairs that we've had exposure in. So let's go and look at those charts very quickly. Right, so I'm just going to use the charts from our member centre for the last couple of GBP pairs. I'm just about to do my PM update now. I did these charts earlier this morning. I'm just going to discuss my trade and just basically how the price action has unfolded and possible entry levels. Now, in terms of GBP USD, basically bullish and we're long, okay? And our latest position at 131.15. Now, this is just general advice for beginners when the charts look very easy. When you look back on them, when you're in the moment doing the trade, it's different. And I noticed this morning we'd come up to the 132 level, but we were struggling to get through. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell was speaking in the US. I thought, yeah, I could lose all my profit back. So I decided to take a minor profit, just under 100 pips. And on the other trade that I had in, I always run 2 trades. I just put the stop to get a minor profit if I was stopped out. I say it in a lot of videos, if you're new to the markets, you're a beginner, always run 2 trades. You always take something off the table and it will smooth your equity curve. But don't regret if you do, because yeah, you will find, yeah, sometimes you take 50% off, that the pair moves exactly as you thought it would. Oh, it's a weekly chart, my apologies. There she goes, straight to target 132.80. Now, in terms of getting back in on this trade, where would I get back in? I've got no problem coming through the high, okay, which will be, obviously buying after an aggressive blue candle, but 132 looks a good level where any pullbacks will be held by. And I'll tell you why, or show you why, I think. If we look at this weekly chart there, see she's taken out that nearby double top that's held her, and she's clear of it near the high. Where could she go? She's got a 135, possibly even back to 140. So I'm bullish of the pound, obviously, and think we could see more strength here. Now let's just have a look at a pair that I've traded recently quite a bit, but in the past, I haven't really traded that much, although obviously I analyze it each day. It's Euro GBP. Actually, I can make my chart a bit bigger. So here's Euro GBP. I really like looking at this. I did several videos on this. The pound for me is going to push the euro far lower. And up here we got really interested in it and sold through that 20-day moving average. And down she comes. Stopped ourselves out at the 20-day moving average. Decent profit. She got higher there, 388. Sold back 388. Choppy. This is a choppy pair. But this morning below 86. So where is this one going and where could you get in? Well, I think she's going far lower, in my view. If we go to Euro GBP. Oh, sorry, that's the weekly chart. Let's do daily first. I just think there's a position trade. This looks quite good. I think here you'll get some resistance about 86.39. I don't think you're going through 87, so you could always sell the rally if it comes, but don't be shy of going through the tail, in my view. I know it's a big red, but if you look at the weekly chart, she's kind of breaking support. So there was some support there, we're through the support. This lines up with the daily level. Where could we go? You sort of go around to this zone here, 180.84. Okay, plenty of candles that were providing support for the euro. I just don't think, they're going to provide support. I think the euro will go down to this level. I think the euro could go down to 80. So plenty of downside. Again, it's a sentiment chart, really. Well, the sentiment is important behind the chart. If you say it all the time, because if you look at sentiment, then you see your technicals in a different way. So that is the video for today. British pound for us, I'm really bullish, as obviously. Was I going to add anything else? I do like GBP NZD. I mean, it just does look, for me, it's got my highest exposure, as I said earlier. But the pound, hopefully moves a lot higher. I've probably forgotten something I was going to say. I'm sure I have. But anyway, I hope you found this video okay. And thanks for watching me as per usual. Take care. Have a good day.